Hi, I'm Kelly Pearson, and first of all, I want to say I feel like a prayer has been answered in a certain sort of way. I've been treating patients for 45 years, and it seems like the last 10 or 15, people are harder and harder to change. It's tougher to change their diet and see a quick change. It's tougher to add supplements and see a quick change. They do, but it seems like things have slowed down. Well, in the last little bit, I've become aware of an amazing new way to assess what we call cell membrane permeability. And this is a phenomenon that you're going to be hearing more and more about. But what's been happening in the world, because of our abundance of processed foods, and with them the seed oils you've heard about, those are omega-6s, they're inflammatory in nature. And then you've heard about omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory in nature. Well, those two lipids, those two fats, comprise the cell membrane, which is the outer perimeter of each and every cell of the billions and billions of cells you have. And here's what's true. The health of the body is defined by the health of the unit, which in this case is the cell. The cell membrane determines the health and wealth of the cell. The cell membrane is designed, if you will, to be permeable. Between each fat, between each lipid, there's a little gap. And there can be an opening where things sneak in and then things sneak out. And that permeability, that ability for stuff to get through, determines the health of the cell. Here's the struggle. Because of this onslaught of processed food and our exposure to omega-6s at such a significantly high level, we're finding that our cell membrane constituents are more omega-6s versus 3s. Why is that a problem? Omega-6s are very, very stoic. They are not flexible. Omega-3s, on the other hand, from fish oil and flaxseed oil, are very flexible. And you want a cell that can have things squish in to the oxygen and the nutrients that we're eating and cruising through our bloodstream. We want to be able to get that stuff into the cell. So there's a test out of Norway where it's a finger prick test, and we send it there, and in 3 weeks you get your results back to say how permeable is your cell. And at that point, sadly, 98% of the people get really crappy scores in America. And it hinders their capacity to recover very quickly. Thankfully, there's a solution, and that is giving yourself the ability to take in a particular kind of fish oil, omega-3, that is highly absorbable. And here's the ticket. This company, it's called Zinzino, actually. Here's a bottle of it. It's a lemon-flavored fish oil, totally palatable. It comes in capsules. It comes in vegan format as well. This company has figured out, in order to purify fish oil, you have to boil it, because there's so much crap, in fish. You have to boil the fish oil to get rid of all the impurities, the mercury, etc., etc. And the problem with that is when you boil it, you destroy the chemical bond between the polyphenol and the fish oil. And why does that matter? Well, it's the polyphenol that actually allows the cell to pull in the omega-3. So when the omega-3 has the polyphenol attached, it gets pulled into the cell, and voila, the cell gets what it needs. The lipid arrangement becomes better. The cell membrane becomes more flexible. The cell can take in what it needs. The cell can heal, and so can the body. And this company, Zinzino, has figured out a way to re-articulate, if you will, or make a relationship between polyphenol and the fish oil once it's been processed. And that's why it's so useful. So we recommend the very inexpensive test. I think it runs in the neighborhood of $60. It takes 3 weeks to get back from Norway. It's a simple finger prick that you can even do at your own home. You get the test scores back, and the result is how much of this fish oil should you be taking if your ratios are wrong. And I have only heard of one person that came in with the right ratio of 4-to-1 for 6s to 3s. Most Americans are hanging out 40-to-1. That's no bueno, because that means you're inflamed all the time. You're more prone to being sore all the time. You're less prone to recovering. So hope that makes sense. There's more information, as you'll see in this piece. There's a picture of the two types of cells. The red cell is the one that's made up most of omega-6s, and the arrows showing the nutrients in are broken a little bit. You can see there's less good stuff coming in. In the green cell, it's just the opposite. There's a nice influx of nutrients. And again, you've got to get the garbage out. So in the red cell, there's less garbage getting out as quickly. In the green cell, there's more. So we strongly recommend that you come by, get this test kit, get this done. It's extremely affordable, as is the fish oil. And they do recommend you take it for 4 months and then you do a retest. Why? Because you want to see your ratio improve and you will see a major change in how you're feeling. I have 3 people currently on the program and all 3 have reported increased energy, a sense that their body is recovering faster, they're able to get up earlier in the morning, and those are just 3 people. I'm really excited to get more involved with this and continue to work. So if you have any questions about this, you want to know what's going on inside, give us a call, 927-8997. Kayla, our MA, is the one that is distributing the test and making it very clear what to do and how to do it, and we can get you hooked up with the proper supplements. So look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.